What's up, everyone? This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, so don't base anything I say off these videos. Just doing it for pure entertainment purposes only. Sorry, I'm at the shop on a Sunday. Make sure I have someone come in here real quick. Sundays are... I started taking Saturdays off and coming in Sundays just because Sundays are usually busier than Saturdays, which is kind of weird in my store. Anyways, jumping in. Hopefully you guys are having a good weekend, good Sunday. Wanted to, I saw something going around on my Facebook showing how, like Dollar Tree and, it's freaking bright in here. Like Dollar Tree and, Macy's and JCPenney's. A lot of stores are just going out of business. They can't afford to keep up. So you look at cost of living, cost of goods, rent, and people with families. You got to just decide where to spend your money. And that's why I think a lot of retail stores are just closing, combined with the convenience of online shopping. But you're seeing a lot of changes come. This is a revolving cycle. When we were kids, or when I was a kid, I remember there being other stores, they went out of business and so on and so forth. It's just kind of the same thing. It's a repetitive thing in history. Things change. Money comes in and out. There's recessions. There's inflation. Somehow you find a way to make it. Right now, we are probably in one of the worst. I would say it's a recession at this point, but inflation has made it hard on people. I can say for myself, going into a store, shopping for a family of 7. A family of 6. My oldest boy is on his own now. He's 20, lives on his own. But for my family, I've got 3 little ones, a teenager, me and my wife. You go into Walmart or a grocery store, or Kroger's, a Smith's, whatever it is in your area, Albertsons. $100 used to feed you a lot longer than it does now. This all ties in with AMC. So, but back in the day, you've had these recession crashes and the market reset and things happen. There's big plays that people have made money on and lost money on and so on and so forth. But if you go back to every, similar scenario to what we're in now, recession, financial trouble, turmoil, whatever you want to call it, wars, cost of living, just people can't afford. It's just going up and up. That's one thing. It is going up and it levels out and up and levels out. It doesn't drop back down ever, This is our build back better, I guess. But you have to have some sort of a plan because it's not going to stop. Obviously, you see people day to day having to work 2 to 3 jobs, 3 or 4 hustles, just to survive, unless you've already been set or you have a family that's rich and they've helped you out, whatever the case is. But for the average person, the working American person, you have to work. And then you have to have something else. It's almost like you have to have, my wife has a source of income and a second source of income, a hustle. I have my business and 2 or 3 other businesses I do. So that's why, in the beginning of this play, we've talked about, the collapse is basically the rise of some of these stocks like I believe personally, like AMC. Once it gets to a point where banks are in trouble and people can't maintain it and it just caves, that's when we see, in my opinion, a rise in certain stocks, and it's going to be a drop of a lot of my long-term holds. I have some long-term holds that I hold that I'm still confident that they'll crash and come back, so I'm not in the point where I want to cash all out. And for me personally, I'm going to keep cashing into those in and in and in. Obviously I monitor it, but I believe after the crash I'll probably go in heavy and still not sell and then just let them raise, because they will raise again. Just look at history. There's crashes and then there's rises. So it would be smart for a lot of people to, I'm not a financial advisor, obviously, so I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold, but some people will get out and get back in. I just got to play it by ear, see how it goes as it goes. But with that being said, you got stocks like AMC, GME, whatever other ones you can think of. AMC obviously is my main topic here. You're gonna see a lot of crazy volatility. There's going to be very select handful of people that have stuck through a play like this or GME that are gonna, I believe, are gonna be rewarded for it. Once you get paid out for it, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, how'd you know?" You know, they're not gonna see the years and years you put into this. They're gonna see like, "Wow, you got lucky." You know what I mean? I wouldn't call it lucky to be what we've been through. You know what I mean? So I see the writing on the wall at this point. You see banks getting in trouble. I believe First Republic Bank just got wiped out. You know, Credit Suisse a while back. You can see the writing on the wall. It's like a domino, but it's a very slow domino effect. Things are doom, doom, slowly going down. And that's also, in my opinion, why this thing doesn't just rip on its own right now, because these people have money now, but they don't have money, if that makes sense. They're using money that's really just almost on borrowed time, in my opinion. They will make it back. They're smart. They hire genius people, they robots, algos. We've been in this play for a minute, and I don't anticipate just happening like that, but I do see the writing on the wall. I can see the potential. If you go back to 2021 when you first started doing your DD on this, you can see the puzzle coming together. Everything that was said, the DD that's been done, it's starting to come together. You know what I mean? It's just. I guess what I'm trying to say is, in my opinion, it is inevitable. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling anyone to buy, sell, or hold. For me personally, you know, there's going to be other plays. It's not going to be just AMC. There's going to be a lot of them that boost off, and that's why I continue to buy and hold, because the regular plays, these big funds and big players and billionaires and millionaires, they're going to cash out. Look at 2008. That shit just crashed. It went crazy. You know, there'll be a day, and it's going to be like that. It's going to be similar to that. You know, you're going to get FUD. You're going to get haters. You're going to get manipulators. You're going to get people that think you're crazy. There's going to be people that want to believe but can't withstand it. There's been people in this play that I thought wouldn't jump out that have jumped out that couldn't deal with it. Mentally, I'm ready to deal with it. I've put it in my head what I'm willing to risk, what I'm willing to risk, what I'm willing to gain. Did I say willing to risk twice? You know, so it's up to you. You know, you have to make your own financial decisions. But for me personally, just watching these pieces come together and knowing that the old wrinkle brain apes who started this DD, it's just like crazy to see it come together. You don't have to be psychic. You don't have to be a genius. You just have to look at facts. History repeats itself. It always does, always has, and it always will. So look at previous crashes. There's other stocks that had to jump beforehand. You know what I mean? So it's just let's see. Spammed. Invest in wiener growth hormones. I know this dude's trying to talk shit, but that's actually kind of funny. Oh no, this is a scam. Don't listen. It's been 3 years. Don't listen to this man. You don't have to listen to me. That's the thing, is I don't think anyone in here is in here like, oh, I'm going to listen to this guy now and I'm going to invest. No, I'm not telling anyone to invest. I'm not telling anyone to buy, sell, or hold. It is what it is. I think the people that are involved are going to stay involved. There's going to be some paper hands. There's going to be some diamond hands. There's going to be people that have jumped out. It is what it is. I don't think anyone's influence at this point can change anyone's opinion. I think where you stand, there's you know, the line in the sand, and there's people on one side and there's people on the other. I don't think any arguing, any facts, anything you can put in someone's face is going to change anyone's mind at this point. You're either think it's going to squeeze or you don't, and that's my opinion. I think you know, like you said, it has been 3 years. People have been putting hard-earned money into it, but I wouldn't continuously invest my hard-earned money into something that I didn't 100% believe was beneficial for me. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? There is other people that you know that are more educated in this play or in the stock market in general that have gotten in and out of the play, and you know that's good. It's good for them. I'm not knocking people for it, but for me personally, I'm doing what I know how to do. That's how I'm playing the play. I'm playing it how I know how to do it. Buy and hold. That's just all I got. You know what I mean? That's it. There's nothing else to it. There's nothing too ingenious about it. I just keep doing my DD, follow my gut instinct, and I'm not, AMC isn't my only play, so I make money in other plays. Like just this weekend, crypto's been good. I know some of y'all in crypto have been making some money this weekend. So, Brain Food says they already had a squeeze years ago. It's true, they did. That was nice. Can't wait for the next one. I will say this, there's people that you can believe, in my opinion, that come in the comments that I believe that really are just like educated and think it's not going to happen. Then there's people that are just talking shit. So it is what it is. But let's see what we got going on in these comments here, man. A lot of fudsters. That's why I know we're getting close. When you see a lot of FUD like this on a very small page like mine, 9 out of 10 is FUD, I'd say, in this one. And AMC will rise soon, in my opinion. Theron says, I agree. Brandon, I want my dividend. LOL. Same. I mean, that's there's different routes that this thing can go. A dividend has definitely been in my thoughts and radar. Obviously, it would take some time for them to pay this other debt covenant and have some other things fall in place. But if they come together, that would be something huge. I'm not saying it's going to happen or they're even aiming for it, but in my opinion, if they were aiming for it and if it did happen, it would just be huge, I would say, in my thoughts. Let's see. Yeah, just a whole lot of shit talking. Some of these are kind of funny, man. Like I said the other day, like when someone insults me, but it's kind of funny, I'm not going to deny it, AMC is done. I'll hold till it goes to zero. I've already chalked up the money as lost. If that's what makes you just got to make your own decisions. If that's how it makes you feel better about it, do what you got to do. For me, I feel like I could put in another 20 racks before I feel like, okay, that's enough for me to stop. It's all, depending on what you're willing to lose. You got to look at it that way too. Like, hey, there is a possibility this goes to zero, nothing. So you have to be able to say you invest only what you're willing to lose, not what I guess you go into this thing and hope for the best and expect the worst. When in doubt, zoom out. They already had a squeeze years ago. This trash is garbage. This trash is garbage? Holding trash. AMC's dead. Down 93%. Keep holding, bro. AMC was 3 years ago. Party's over. Turn the lights off. Almost 100% this will happen. It's not funny how people actually jumped. Yeah, Larry P says it's funny how people actually jump to a live to talk crap about a stock. So it is what it is. It for me, it kind of fuels the motivation, as far as knowing that I feel like I'm on the right path, because it has been proven that hedge funds and who knows? I don't know who, what, when, what company. I'm not saying any specifics, but there was an article that came out. 1,700 influencers were hired, and influencers could mean just people in the comment section. And we already knew that. People know that for years. I mean, you can go down comment sections. There's some that do this type of thing, just talk trash, and then you got the ones that say, "Hey, I invested with Mrs. Heinrich," and Mrs. Heinrich, how did she do that? Well, let me tell you, Mrs. Heinrich made me a lot of money in crypto. Really, blah blah blah. There's scammers, there's trolls, and then there's shills. The ones that crack me up are the trolls. You ain't even getting paid to talk shit. It is what it is. But it does give me kind of more faith, motivation that we are on the right path, because there is not another stock play that gets this much attention. I guarantee that. If I made this video and said, I'm talking about LMNOP, just a random stock, I'm going to have like 2 viewers and no one talking shit. But as soon as you put AMC in it, the writing's on the wall, I'm telling you. The DD has been done, I'm telling you. If you've been in this play long enough, these are all things that have been foreseen by the wrinkled brain apes. Make it sound all dramatic, huh? But it is true, man. You go back and you look at what's been said And obviously, you have to do your own DD. You can't just go off of what people say. You know what I mean? So that's what happened to me. Originally, I kind of just went off what people said. I wasn't very strong willed with it. And then when I really started diving in, I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. So for me personally, um, anyone talking shit, hopefully you guys succeed and make your money too. You know what I mean? I really don't have ill will towards people. I don't have it. Just don't have the time to have that negativity. You know what I'm saying? If you were wrong, you wouldn't hear shit. Looking back on the thanks Trip, Brain Food Enjoy says, looking back on this play years later, it's so easy to see now what was hard to see then. They pump it up and drop it more. They're in 3 years down, 50 to go as far as I'm concerned. Hey, it is what it is. And that's what I've said. For me personally, and I think anyone left in this play that is still holding or buying and holding, especially people buying and holding, I think a lot of those people have already made their mind up what they're doing, how they're doing it. And that's why I say I don't feel like arguing with people or trying to convince anyone is going to help on either side. You know, it is what it is. The cards have already landed where they're going to fall. Now it's just waiting to see what happens at this point. You're either going to make a lot of money or not. That's really simple as that. So a lot of people concerned about what we do with our money or what you do with your money or I do with my money. I find that a little odd, but this is a topic that's already been ongoing for a while. So, but like I said, this video, I started off by saying just because businesses, I see it day to day. I know people that own businesses, retail shops. You can see them just going down. You know, they can't afford rent because rent's too high. The people renting the building are raising rent because property taxes are too high and just basic cost of living. Everything's just high. At some point or another, when everything builds up and there's only so many people can survive and it gets smaller and smaller, eventually it gets to that top. It's going to topple over. And then it's going to hit a base and they're going to start all over. It's going to be the same thing. It's over and over. It's repetitive. So I think, you know, you find opportunity. And if you're lucky enough to get an opportunity like this, I believe you don't fear what's coming in the years to come as far as financials and stuff like that. So, but also I don't want to be doom and gloom, like everything's going to crash and we're screwed, you know, everything's going to cost millions of dollars, which it's already expensive. But in general, in history and life, things have continuously gone up, and that's just how it is. We adapt. We're humans. We're going to figure it out. You know, we'll find a way. But you know, right now, the way I've figured out is that's why I call it instinctual trades. I follow my instinct. My gut instinct has led me to many fruitful businesses and places and right place, right time. And I it's my gut. You got to follow your gut. I can almost guarantee almost everyone in here watching has had a stock play. Not even just stock play, but you have a gut feeling to do something. Like, okay, I've seen a play and I'm looking at in my portfolio and I say, man, I should sell this. Even though it's only up 10%, I just feel like I should sell it. But for some reason, like, I'm going to hold it. Maybe it's greed. Maybe it's you want more. Maybe it's just like second guessing yourself, or everyone's saying it's going to go up further, or whatever the case is. You don't sell, and the next couple days you just see it. You know what I'm saying? Or there's been times where looking at a play like, man, I should jump into this. I feel like I should buy it, but everyone on YouTube is saying it's trash or the fundamentals or something just isn't right. Instead of following your gut instinct, you go against it and you just see it rocket the next day or something. You're like, oh my God. So what I've done is followed my instinct. 9 times out of 10, it leads me to the right direction. There is, confusion when people get emotion mixed with instinct. You got to kind of separate the two. But instinctually, I've been brought to this play. I've stuck with it. I don't know what else to say about it. Instinctually, I was brought here. Then I did my homework, and it kept me here. So I'm not emotionally tied to it. If something came up tomorrow and said, "Oh my God, I think I should sell," then I'll sell it. You know what I mean? And then find the next one. But anyone else in crypto? Crypto was good this weekend. Had some nice little profits this morning. So, I mean, in the meantime, obviously for me, I think everyone knows I buy and hold. AMC. Started adding a little more to GME, and then I have my long-term plays. But crypto is more of my in and out, in and out, in and out play. The only thing I really hold long-term in crypto right now is I would say ETH, but I sold some this morning because it was like, man, I got it. Actually, well, yesterday I sold some, and then, anyways, um, but Bitcoin, I shouldn't even say I hold that long term because I've sold it, but every time I've sold my Bitcoin, I regret it. I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. But it's like, you know, sometimes it's hard to look at that profit on the table and just leave it there. So, but crypto, I've definitely done well. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you're holding the bag. You lost so much money on AMC." All in all, it's not just AMC. My portfolio in crypto and stock market, I put them in the same bracket. We got one big circle, one big pie, and AMC's got this big piece of the pie that money's in there, but you got over here with crypto, I've made this much profit. With stocks, I made this profit. I've lost a little bit here, and then over here you got some holding. So it goes all in one pile for me. You know what I mean? Like I don't like to just separate it by like one play. If you can kind of, you don't want to commingle, I guess, but at the same time, it's all one big. It's almost like a business, really. Like playing the stock market is like another business. So as far as this part of my life goes, this part of my business, the stock market, I'm up. Even if I'm down 90% in AMC, I've still made more money off of the stock market than I've lost. So, and the way I've done that is by following my instincts. In the beginning, I didn't. I sucked. I think the first 2 years of trading was trash for me. I was like, why am I doing this? But then every once in a while, I get kind of lucky. Like, oh, I'll stay in this. Um, if you're new to the stock market, I will say this: I'm not a financial advisor, for sure. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm fairly new. I'm still a rookie compared to a lot of these dudes. But I will say, definitely. Well, I say it repeatedly every video. Do your DD, do your own research. But I would not expect anyone to just come into the market and just immediately be great at it or good at it. Even good at it, you're gonna be bad. You're gonna lose money. Like it's almost like paying a college tuition, I guess. Look at it that way. In the beginning year or two, a lot of people say it's only 6 months to a year where they're bad. For me, I'm a little slow, man. It took me a couple years to get up on it, but eventually you'll hit a big one. You're going, oh, okay, shit, I can do this. I think the first big, I don't know which play it was. There's a couple of them, but in the very beginning, I had a pretty good play. Wound up well, I call it winning. It kind of sounds like gambler, but I wound up making maybe 3 grand off of one stock, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this. And I kind of looked back at what I had lost in the first couple of years. It was like more like 4 or 5 grand. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm still down. So I kind of chart it that way to see what I've lost, what I've made, what I'm holding that's in the loss, what I'm holding that's in the green. So that might help you a little bit too. Um, but like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. You might just want to go opposite what I say. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But the whole point of this video was just to say, like, the DD in the beginning that was done on AMC, obviously follow up and do your own, but you can see the pieces kind of coming together. Banks in trouble. Obviously, I don't want to see banks collapse. I don't want to see America collapse and financial collapse. I don't want to see that. No one wants to see that. I hate that. But if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. You have to figure out a way to ride the wave. You need a surfboard in this thing. Brandon Hall says you are not a financial advisor, but I'm buying, selling, and holding. I'm doing the same. I buy, sell, and hold. uh, buy some, sell some, hold some. But totally up to you what you decide to do. It's just my thoughts. Like I said, do your own DD on this, but you can look at the history of the stock market. There's been ups, there's been downs, there's crashes, there's highs, there's lows. Um, I do think that talking about failures and banks and stuff, like I do think that it's not going to be as crazy as maybe expected, in my personal opinion, just because they have so many resources, so many things to back them up. I think like a crash for a bank, they're still not going to go like out of business. Some of them you might see the fall of like one or two big banks, but then all of a sudden they're going to be reinvented into something else. Pretty much the same people, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Just my thoughts, man. I just want to jump in on this Sunday and um, just give my thoughts. Like I said, I really just kind of triggered my thoughts because I was looking at looking at someone who posted about how many businesses have gone out of business or are going out of business this year. It was like Dollar Tree, Macy's, a few of them. The first one that hit me was Dollar Tree because I was thinking it just depends also where you live because where I live they just opened like three new ones. You know what I mean? People are cheap here, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But you know, your region. That's what I say when I do my side hustles, my side businesses too. Right, where you live, a business may be great where I do it here, and then I move somewhere else, and this is horrible. So if you are doing your own little side hustle, know what your area needs. Find that need and pounce, as they would say. Um, Anyways, I think that's all. I just wanted to jump in and say what's up. Hopefully, everyone has a good weekend. Sub Lokes who tells my Broncos fan I am, unfortunately. It was a good draft, maybe. We'll see, man. Being a fan, it's been a rough few years. So, someone else was teasing me the other day about being a Broncos fan. I said, hey, man, this has probably mentally prepared me for this stock market shit because I know that, you can have failures for a decade and then have a glorious 5 years. So, we need that glory back, man. Ever since Manning left, it's been rough. Messages here. I live near Utah, yeah. Sorry. I don't know what I'm doing here. All right, my bad. That's what's up. Sub because I am. I'm probably going to lose more subs too. They're going, Broncos fan, I'm out of here. I don't trust this guy. But yeah, I've been a Broncos fan my entire life, man. I'm 42 years old. I think I like the Broncos. My brother liked the Broncos growing up. So he would force me to wear like he had like those little suits, you know what I mean? Like the little two bars right here, the old logos. And I remember he'd put me in the front yard and he'd suit me up with the shoulder pads and shit and just fucking knock the shit out of me. So he's like 10 years older than me. He'd be like, I'm just going to tackle you real quick. All right, sounds good. Bam, laying me out and shit. That's probably where my mental damage came from. That's why I'm so heavy into the smooth brain shit. But yeah, man, I think they got potential, man. Broncos control over everything. I'm moving to Utah here soon. Okay, that's what's up. Utah's not far from us. I'm telling you, I'm in between Utah and Boise area. So, but yeah, Denver's they need Jesus. But I think what you think about Sean Payton though? Do you like him? Do you love him? You hate him? I'm undecided so far. Like I want to like him, but sometimes he'd be saying shit that I'm like, oh damn. But then again, the media does twist shit around. We know that. Um, what games are on today? I'm probably missing some basketball games too today. 100% like him. There you go. Hey, man, you gotta support it. I will say this: coming from the coaches we've had previously, when they hired Peyton, I was excited. I was pumped, and I will say that he came into a situation where everyone was hyped up, but I think that they definitely needed to make it his team, and I think they're doing that now. So I do got like one of my sons can't stand him. My teenager, he's like, I can't stand him. He's destroying everything. I said, what's there to destroy? The team's already been destroyed, man. Anyway, there's other people in here probably like Broncos. But anyways, man, I think that's it over the weekend. I just want to jump in and talk about that. It's not all doom and gloom, man. You can find positivity in it. So, yeah, I'll check out your channel if you do Broncos content for sure. I'll subscribe back, bro. I'll check it out. Definitely. That mile high salute, man. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your weekend, whatever's left of it. I'll come back tomorrow. Maybe I'll drop another video tonight. We'll see. I got to get some shit done here at the shop. It's a Sunday. Got to get some inventory done. Have a good day. Be blessed. Let's get rich soon. Peace.